Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Abhishek. Hope you all are doing well. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, do subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon in order to get the latest notification first. So without much further ado, let's start our today's video. So today I am gonna solve swap nodes in pairs. So it is a medium level question from LeetCode. So the question states that given a linked list, swap every two adjacent nodes and return its head. You must solve the problem without modifying the values in the list node. That is, only the nodes themselves may be changed. So let's say that we are given an example over here. That is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So so what we need to do is that we can swap every two adjacent nodes. That means we have to swap 1 and 2, and then we have to swap 3 and 4, right? And after doing that, we need to return its head of the linked list. But there is a condition over here that that we cannot modify the values in the list node. That means suppose let's consider this node, right? So we can't write 2 over here, right? We can't update the data of a particular node, right? That's what this line is saying. Now let's understand this question and see how we can solve this problem. So let's see how we can solve this problem. It may happen that we have a linked list of length 0, right? So in that condition, we don't have to do anything with linked list. So we can write that condition as head of head equals to, if head equals to null, right? Then we are going to just return head, right? Because we don't have to do anything with the head. Similarly, if there is only one node, yeah, if there is a linked list which contains only one node, right? And so in that condition also, we can say that if we just return the head, then it will work. Okay. So or if we are head of next is equals to null, then we are going to return head, right? Now let's see how we can solve this problem with another example. Let's say that we have a linked list which contains elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, right? Now the question states that we need to swap the adjacent nodes, right? That means we need to swap 1 and 2. Now in order to swap 1 and 2, what changes we need to do? We need to make changes like we need to point this 2 to 1 at first, right? And then we need to point this 1 to 3, right? Now this link will be deleted and this link will also be deleted, right? And these are the changes we need to do, right? So in order to do these changes, how many pointers we require? We require a pointer over here at 1, we require a pointer at 2, right? And we also require a pointer at 3, right? So these are the 3 pointers we require. Now at first let's declare the pointers. So let's declare the pointers as list of node. Let's take a pointer ptr which is pointing to head, right? That is this element over here, that is 1, right? Let's take another pointer which is pointing to q, yeah, which is pointing to head of next, right? That means it is pointing to 2, right? Let's take another pointer which is a null, right? Right, r. Let's consider it is initially null right now. Okay, now let's have a while loop. Okay, now this while loop will go up to which element? Let's say that we have odd number of elements, right? So what will happen if there's odd number of elements? We need to swap only 1 and 2, right? If we swap 1 and when the pointer reaches to 3, then it will stop because there is no other element after 3, right? So for odd number elements, we need to swap up to let's say that we have n is equals to 3, right? So for odd number of elements, we need to swap up to the number of swaps we need to do is actually 3 by 2, right? And if you take the floor of it, yeah, if you take the box of, if you take the floor, then it is 1. That is one swap we need to perform, right? So this is the number of swaps that we need to perform, right? And for this condition, the number of swaps we need to perform is 6 by 2. That is, and if we take the floor value, so it will be 3, right? So number of swaps we need to perform over here is 3. So now so up to this position we need to get, so we need to have write a condition where our ptr of next should be always be not equals to null, right? Now let's at first talk about the head. Now when our ptr is equals to head, right? Now when our ptr is equals to head, right, and that means when our ptr is in this position, that means we also need to update. Currently our head is pointing to 1, right? Now we need to update our head to 2. So let's first update our head to 2. So head will be, head will be update. We need to update our head to 2. Now now q is holding the holding the value of to address of 2, right? So we can update by writing head equals to q, right? The next we need to update this ptr of next, right? That is this guy, right? That is 2 should be pointing to, right? That means ptr of next, that means this guy, right? That is 1 should be pointing to 3. Now we need to write it as like this, that ptr of next, so we can write is equals to q of next, right? And hence this link is satisfied, right? So now next to we need to get we need to create this link, that is we need to point this to 1. So if when you point this 2 to 1, it will be like q of next should be pointed to ptr, right? Now next what we need to do, next we need to get the value of r. Now you will understand the importance of r in our next step, right? So r will be pointed to ptr of next, right? That is ptr of next is 3, right? So r will be pointed over here to 3, because we have updated the ptr of next over here, right? So it is going to point to 3. Now when we are going to swap the values of ptr and q. Now when we swap the values of ptr and q, currently ptr is pointing to 1, right? And q is pointing to 2. Now ptr will point to 2 while q will point to 1. Now after this operation, our linked list will look like this. Yeah, so 2 will be pointed to 1, right? And your 1 will be pointed to 3. Next we are having 4, right? Next we are having 5, and finally we have 6, right? That's how they are getting pointed, right? And now our ptr is over here, right? Here is our ptr and here is our q, right? And this is our q, right? Sorry, yeah, this is our q, and here we have our r, right? Now now in the next step, what you need to do is that we need to do we need to move this ptr, right? Now ptr will be moving to 1, right? Yeah. So now let's move this ptr. So before moving this ptr, we need to check whether our ptr of next is equal to null, right? Because if we don't write this condition, we're going to we're going to experience a runtime error, right? So we can next we're going to write is a ptr of ptr is equals to ptr of next, right? So just write that first, ptr is equals to ptr of next. Now next we are going to do, so if this condition is even null, then we're going to break it. Sorry, after breaking it, we need to perform this operation, right? Next we are going to check again whether our q of next is equals to null. If it is equals to null, right, then again we are going to break it, right? Else we are going to write here q is equals to q of next, right? And next we are going to do the same thing with r, right? So we're going to check for whether r of next is equals to null or not, right? If it is null, then we are going to break this, right? Break out of the loop. Yes, we are going to update the rs r of next, right? Now, currently our now after this operation, our p is at position 1, q will be at position 3, while r will be at position 4, right? Now our p is not equals to here, right? So we need to write our else condition. So the first step, what we're going to do in this step is that we're going to make this 1 point to 4, right? That means we are going to we're going to write like this as ptr of next, right, should be equals to r, because r is the variable which is holding the address of 4, right? Now next what we want to next we need to make this q of next. Now this 3 should be pointed to 5, right? Now this 3 should be pointed to 5. Well, when we swap this, now 3 should be pointed to 5. Now let's make this q of next as r of next, because r is holding the value of 4, right? Now its next value is 5, right? Now this q of next will hold the value address of 5, right? So that's what we're doing. Next we are going to make this r of next initialize to q, which means that this 4 is now pointing to 3, right? And all this is actually deleted. These links are cut, right? All these links are cut, right? So that's what it is doing this that this 4 is being now linked to 3, right? Pointing to 3. Now the next we are going to make this ptr initialize to 4. That means what? Then p will be now pointing to 4, right? Because the talks of p is already over, right? That is to linking this 1 to 4 is already done, right? So now we need to move this p, right? Now p is currently pointing to 4, right? Now next we are gonna make swap q and r. Now once we swap q and r, now currently q is at position 3, while p while our r is at position 4, right? So now our r will be pointing to 3, right, while q will be pointing to 4, right? After the swapping operation, now we are going to make initialize q as r. Now when we initialize q as r, now this q, to which is currently pointing to 4, now it will be pointing to 3 again. Okay, fine. Next, what you're gonna do, we need to make this r of next, right? We need to check whether our r of next is equals to no. That means we are going to move this r one step ahead. Hence, we need to perform this checking. So now r is currently at 3, right? Now 3's next index is 5, right? Because we have linked 3 to 5 right now. So we're gonna write like r is equals to r of next, right? And we are going to again perform this same operation. Now after doing this up to this, your linked list will look like this. That is, it will be like we are having a 2, right? And next we will be having a 1. Now this 1 will be linked to 4, right? That's what we have done. Now next this 4 will be linked to 3, right? And this 3 will be linked to 5, and finally to 6, right? Now after performing this, we will be having our p, right? Now p will be pointed to 3, right? q will be pointed to 5, while r will be pointed to 6, right? Now next we are going to perform this operation again. That is, we are going to make this ptr of next. That means we are going to make 3 pointed to r, right? That means 3 will be now pointing to r, 6, right? Next we are going to write it as like q of next, right? That is q is next is 6 currently. Now it will be moved to r's next. Now r's next is actually, since it has no element, so it will be null, right? Now it will be pointed to null right now. So to file 5 will be pointed to null. Okay, now r's next. Now this r, this 6 will be now pointed to 6 next. 6 will now pointed to q. That means this element, right? Again we are going to make this p, we are going to make this p over here, right, over to 6, right, r. Again we are going to swap these two elements, and finally we are going to make this q is equal to now q will be pointing to 5 right now, right? So, and then again we are going to we're going to check whether our r of next, right? Now r is currently at, say, at 5, right? So is next, again it will point to 6, right? But when it comes over here, that is ptr is currently at r, right? Now when it will check whether ptr of next equals null, so it will say yes, it is null, right? And it will break out of the loop, and hence our it will break our loop. Now we need to return. So after returning, so we need to return our head, right? Okay, now let's run this code, see if it works. So there is a problem over here. That means, okay, list node, right? Okay, let me see in number 70 there's a problem. Head of next. Oh, there's a star. Okay, and follow the star. Let's run this code again. See, now it's accepted, right? Now the time complexity for this algorithm is big of n, right? Because we are traversing through the whole linked list, right? Through each and every elements of this linked list, right? While the space complexity is big of 1, because we are not using an extra space over here, right? So I hope that you have loved this video. If you like this video, do give us a thumbs up to the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel, and press the bell icon in order to get the latest notification first. So that's all for today. Thank you.